Hello, how we doing everyone? Right, just letting the game load up. Um, is It is picking up the sound. Can you hear the sound of the game? Just let me know. I think it's just kicked in now. Double check my sound settings. No, they're all high. Right, I did have the game on, but I had to quickly just zip out of it and I took a couple of mods out. So just bear in mind as a caveat that my game is running. It does have some mods on, so you might see like reskins like of stuff off Creators Club or from Train Sim Community knocking about. So if you see anything that doesn't look default, then I will make you aware that it isn't and where it's like from. But for the most part, we should be alright. Right. Hope everyone's well. Last time we streamed was 2 weeks ago, where we did a stream. It was TS Classic with the ML Heavy Freight Pack. So this week, on this fortnightly stream, it's the BR Class 86/2, with Mk2F coaches, and we are going to take a run up the West Coast Mainline. I've not decided which way we're going to go yet. I'm going to try and see if I can find what sort of stops all lampposts along the way. We'll just take a general drive, just a general gameplay stream, really. Just to make you aware, we do have... I know I'm looking up there, because I know I can see the green screen. Why is it doing that? Let me have a quick look. I might just need to zoom it in a bit. Which I don't think I've actually done any zoom on it, actually. That might be why. There we go. Ooh, that's really close. Right, that should be better. I'm all a bit bunged up as well, so apologies on that. I sound probably a little bit congested. I've caught some off one of the kids. One of the youngest ones had a cough last week, and now it's passed on to me, so I'm feeling a bit rubbish. Right. Good evening, Si. Eric plays Elm Tree, so Hell Keith, Lady Fury, and Epic. No, Epic plays again. So, glad that you can hear it, that's good. A big thank you for a pleasant distraction from D2G stream. I applied for the beta but not heard anything back. I believe emails have been going out, so just keep your eyes peeled on that one. I know there is progress going on with it, and I'm not sure how it's playing. I'm not sure whether Alex is sending emails out to people that didn't get it as well. But there should be emails going out to people that were successful. I mean, if you don't hear back, I'd say within the week or two at the most, then it might be that you might not have got in there. But I'll have to find out off Alex if there's emails going out to people that wasn't successful. If you're not successful on this this wave, there might be chance in the future, so don't be disheartened if you didn't get through on this one. It'll be something that we'll monitor as well, so if we feel the need that we need to add more, then we will look into doing that. There's piles of, we've got a pile like yes, some for the next, not at this moment, but in the future, if you know what I mean. So again, I'd say don't feel disheartened if you don't get in on the first wave, because we may well need to add more in the future. We had a lot of applicants, an overwhelmingly high number, which is really nice to see. So hopefully we'll be able to do some good testing. Well, you'll be able to do some good testing, whoever gets through, and help our products progress even further. Right, class 86/2. Would anyone like to pick a livery? Whoever says the first livery, like what they want, I'll pick the very first livery I see in the chat. I'll give you guys the choice. So you can see obviously the ones listed there. I will pick whatever comes through in the chat first. Just scroll up and down. I like to give you guys a bit of a choice. This is just a gameplay stream tonight, so a bit of Q&A as well, no doubt. You can ask me some questions. If I can answer them, I will. No doubt there'll be questions on the next route, which is which was announced. We're doing Shap. We are doing Shap. We're definitely doing Shap. Very bottom livery. Okay, there we go. That has been called. I'll have to pick a service I haven't driven. Got a few that I've got to tick. Let's go to Horwich, maybe. Obviously, the longer ones are going to stop probably at all stations. I think we'll start from Carlisle and go to Preston. A little bit of wind on there. I'm going to put the rain on. So yeah, so Lady Fury, can't wait for the Pacer and the TSW6 routes. Oh yes, so obviously TFW Pacer is progressing really well. There'll be some further information and details coming up in the next, probably in the next roadmap. You should see some stuff, so you'll get all sorts on that. So keep your eye out for that. I'm not going to say what's coming in it, but hopefully it'll be an enjoyable one, and you will find some more stuff on the route as well. As that starts to ramp up, which is progressing really nicely as well. So we're doing one Mk2F tonight, which is Glasgow Central to Nottingham, and the services are from the West Coast Mainline, Preston to Carlisle route. So with the 86, it changes, it takes away the 87 from some services that this shouldn't have really been on. It was just that we put the service in there to make sure that it was a fully fleshed out timetable. So yeah, you'll find that the 86 runs on the cross country stuff. Alongside the 87. If you don't have the 86, you'll just get the 87 on these services, so you don't lose anything. It gives you more variety if you decide to pick up the Class 86/2. Righty, let's go and turn on the safety systems. So you get a full accessible machine room there, so you can go and play with the like, you can disable some motors and stuff like that. You can do cold start if you wish to turn all the isolation stuff off. You can isolate all sorts in here as well, like all your markers if you want to have bits and bobs like that. And then obviously you can go through. You can see some nice Mark IIs there. And you can obviously go and make your way through to the other cab. Both cabs are slightly different, mainly on the back wall. Like the hot plates are different, and the I think there's something different somewhere. I can't quite remember what it is. That's it. The difference on the 86 is the handbrake wheel. It's a button on the 87 on the dash, whereas on here it's the actual wheel, a manual crank wheel. Mark II's there. I'm just going to open the doors because I haven't actually done that yet. We'll have a quick fly around the coaches. We'll have a listen to them anyway. Right, open the doors. Just going to take the brakes out of emergency. And we need... We've got a high intensity or not? No, we don't. We just want the markers on. And instrument lights. Hello, Prof. It'll do, make strains over the top of the priority. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. It's nice to see there's so many people that follow us as well on our TSW adventure. From obviously starting off with the Blackpool branches, obviously branching out into onto this route and obviously onto the next route that's coming soon. Really exciting times. Yeah, opening up the machine room I think is a must in an accessible game like this where you can walk around and explore. I think having that, I think all trains should have a machine room. If they can, they should, because there's stuff in here. Like if we didn't have all this, you wouldn't be able to do all this sort of stuff, like play on the back wall in here. Without that, it sort of takes away some of the gameplay elements. So it makes sense to open it up. So just a quick look, so you can see at the minute, you can hear the air conditioning whirring. If you was to turn off the ETH, or the train heat, you can see now that the fans have gone off. and you can't hear the air conditioning like whirring sound. If you turn it back on, it puts it back on. Right, we should make some progress here, shouldn't we? And actually get moving. It's very kind of you to say so, Lady Fury. Thank you. Just going to sort of sit it here so you can hear the track joint sounds and stuff. So we have a neutral section coming very short as well, so that's the first thing you need to be careful with. There's another 86 there with none of the RCH equipment on the front there, so there's a different example. That's 230, which is the Duke of Wellington. So if we're waiting to go on the platform we've just come out of, or there's another train in the platform. No, don't send me any messages on Discord. What you need to do is wait for an email. I will find out if there's going to be emails going out to people that wasn't successful. I think really everyone should get an email as well. I'll pass that query on to my manager. The pantograph on the Duke. Let's have a look. Which one was that? I'm useless with pantographs. Is that the Stone Faverley? Or was that one Britain? I can't remember. That's the only thing I always get muddled up with which one's which. So you can see we've got a bit of a mixed rake here. Coaching is like it's 50-50, so you'll never get. Well, you could do, but it's quite hard to get a full matching rate. Sometimes you'll find on the neutral section that the train heat and the line light will go off. So if you do ever get that, all you need to do is knock it into off and then pan up, overload, reset. Doesn't always happen, but you can find that does sometimes happen. I've had done the weight up there, doing some shunting as well out of Upperby. Bretnall's thinner. Yeah, I'm quite useless in that department for the pantograph. Yeah, Blackpool Branches has been with us a fair while now. It is scary how the time does fly. It doesn't seem like nearly like a year ago since this route come out. It's nearing on a year. Oh, the sheet. You need to pass me this sheet at some point. We are, by the looks of it, stopping at all stations as well, which is good. I've got to uncouple from the vehicles at Preston as well, so it's looks like there'll be a Loco change because it goes to Nottingham. We're doing Blackpool branches on... So I've got 2 more streams planned in on YouTube. So if you look in the live section on YouTube, you'll see there's 2 planned up streams. I think Blackpool is the next one, which is in 2 weeks' time, which I think is on the 1st. And then we're doing a Train Sim Classic Metropolitan Line and S-Stock Plus Pack enhancement, which has been a long time since we've done the Mainline, so it'll be an interesting one because I haven't driven it in a long time, so it'll be a test to see if I can remember what I've got to do with it, and in terms of like where all the speed restrictions and all like approach control stuff is. That'll be a laugh. Do come along for that one. So yeah, Blackpool branches will be the next one, and I think it's the 15th for the Mainline one. That's as far as I've got with planning at the minute. I will plan some more in the next week or so. I'll just keep filtering stuff through. Now, if you do want to pick up this pack or the West Coast Mainline as well, or any of our other TSW content, you can do so on our website directly, or you can do it on Steam, or you can do it on PlayStation, Xbox, or Epic, any of those, whichever your preferred is. And the 86 pack is £19.99, so you get the Class 86 with various liveries, pantographs, different nose configurations and nameplates galore, with the Mk2F coaches as well. You get 5 scenarios, you get tutorial, and then you get all the stuff. It goes onto the timetable for this route. I'm just double checking to see how much West Coast is at the minute. I'm not sure if it's on sale or not. I don't think it's on sale at the minute. Not on sale at the moment, but it's up at it's £32.99 at the minute for the route. I'll lose track when there's sales on the stuff. Looking forward to showing the TFW Pacer off as well. Obviously, we'll do a live stream on that when it comes to the time. Buffer cut. That's the RMB. So it does come with the RMB as well, not just the Mark II. The only other thing is, if we always like to ask is if you're a user that plays on via Steam. You can purchase directly off our website as well. You should get direct online support with us as well, so you can come to us for the support. It supports us directly. It just means we get the money a bit quicker as well. You get the exact same content as you would on Steam. You get a Steam key and you just activate it on Steam. Are there any differences in model for the regen brakes as on early invert versus later examples of the 86? I'm not over sure on that one, Keith. I wouldn't like to say yes or no. I'm not fully certain on that part. And I can't ask our modelling man because he's on holiday. So I don't want to badger him whilst he's away. So it might be something to find out for another stream, that. Good evening, Peter Edmonds. Absolutely love content that you guys have done, but I'm biased from being from Ormskirk and spending I misspent youth messing about on the trains in the 70s and early 80s. Excellent. It's nice to know that we've done a route that covers your local area. We've done it justice. Dave Kerr, good evening. Any closer to fixing the announcements for the pace on Morecambe? So I've recorded the announcements for it. Benedict's got the audio recordings. Now my understanding is I think potentially we are waiting for the new route to come so that we can have it updated ready, so that's included as well. Because there's bits and bobs that the pacer will appear on that route as well for certain areas. So I think the idea is that this route will get the announcements included, and then the next one it'll all come together. So it'll be an update via Blackpool branches, you see. So I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty certain that's what's happening. So I will re-jog Benedict's mind on that one. But I did the recordings for ages ago, so they've all been done ready. It's all got to sort of fit and come together, you see. So rather than us doing loads of updates, it's very hard to get updates through Dovetail. We can't just do here's just one update and then can we have that released in a week's time? It's a lot harder than that. You've got to go through a queue and stuff like that. So it makes more sense for us to do it together, all in one. I know it's a bit annoying having to listen to my voice say Solwick, but it will come. As I say, it's all been recorded, so when we get to that time, we'll get it all together. Is there any chance of Class 81s and 85s? I particularly love an 84, but I suppose audio would be a challenge. Now, I'd love to. I know Alex Riley would love to do one as well. The big issue is, as I say, is audio. I think something could be done. I think something could probably be put together for it, but at the moment there is no plans. It's not an issue, obviously, getting reference in terms of drawings and blueprints and photo reference, because obviously there is examples around. I think Barrow Hill have got examples, but it's the audio side of things. You'd have to ensure you can do that and get it right. But there's no plans at the moment, but never say never. We definitely would like to have one, and we would love to do one. I think for the most part, I think an 85 would probably be the most suited one. You saw the 85s a lot at this end. You probably did see the other ones, but I think the 85s would have been the most prominent one. Did the AC Loco get one of them running? I'm not sure. I don't think there's any running examples, is there? Maybe they got one that maybe turned on or something, but I'm not too sure. Got a question in terms with the pacer being for Cardiff City Network. Will it work with TSW6's announcements feature? We haven't done anything for announcements on it, but if it's a hard one to answer. I don't know whether we could do anything for it in the future. We've not been. It's hard to say really. We've not really dived into the announcement stuff at the minute. If it's something that we can get our heads around and maybe something can be done, maybe. I don't know at the moment on that one is what I'm going to say. Definitely would be nice to see it. We need to get our heads around how it all works as well. It's one I will query though, to be honest, and find out. Is all I can say really. To even get some answers. It could be something that could come through a post-release thing. more than anything. With it being new technology, and it's something that we've not played with yet, obviously we need to learn it and see what's involved, really. We are closing in on Penrith. Was it the Class 83s that were south, like, sort of consigned to the London Euston? They were used for shunting. No worries, no worries. I say I'll query it and see if there's any answers I can get. If there's any plans or whatnot. And then obviously for our next stream, if you're in, just ask us in if you're on our next stream, and hopefully I'll be able to have you a more precise answer. Was it 82s that were down London, was it? I might have overcut them brakes there. 83s were at Crewe, were they? Yeah, I think the 85 was definitely the more prominent one that you'd see. I think if you was going to choose to do any of them, I think you would do the 85 more than anything. But I think there was more of them as well. They had the /0s and the /1s, didn't they? Also, we got Fury, which is 222. I think Class 26 has made it to like Preston on parcel trains as well. I have seen occasional pictures of them. Such a cool sun visor. I battled hard to ensure we got that animation sorted. Next stop's Oxenholme, 24 miles, so we're going to make our way over the climb over Shap, through the Gorge, drop down into Oxenholme. I've not seen Tintin yet. He does sometimes pop in from time to time. Start of the climb has already begun as well. So yeah, as you mentioned in the volume 266 update, we've released the update for the Midland Mainline pack as well, for the scenario pack. So that now comes with a separate set of scenarios included on the installer, where you can choose whichever one you want to install. So you can either have the standard EP or the new volume 2.0 one as well. If you've already purchased that, just literally head back to your account and re-download that, and then just run the installer. And obviously new customers will grab that straight away. I can't say anything on TSW6 at the moment, not until early access starts, which is Thursday. This Thursday coming, I think. Is it this Thursday? I think it's this Thursday. Was it next Thursday? I forget. Maybe next Thursday. Oh yeah, it is next Thursday. Cause is it 25th? 5 days, don't you? Get 5 days. I've lost myself in the weeks. One thing to note as well, if you haven't, or you, I don't know what, for whatever reason, make sure if you haven't done in the past with TSW5's free launch, when TSW6's one comes, there's a free period where you can grab a starter pack. Grab it. Don't be silly and not bother. Grab it. It's free. It means you can get the free starter pack edition and at least have a look at the game as well. If you've never played TSW before, have a play around with that. But yeah, grab the free starter pack. Especially if you want to keep up to date with like updates and stuff as well from our content. You definitely want to be getting the getting TSW6. Obviously, any of our new work will be for 6. So, TFW Pacer is a TSW6 product, and the crew to Preston route that we're working on, that will be a 6 product as well. If you do want to obviously play those products from us, you'll need to be on TSW6. I'm just doing a bit of casual speeding here. Not paying attention. Asking for Betty Gill. For some reason, I always seem to forget about the speed limit. Preston, mate, all right. I've just managed to. That's what it was. My webcam. I've managed to just rip the webcam off the top of my screen. Well, how have I managed to do that? I think I just caught the wire in my foot and just ripped it straight up. Let me just pause for a moment, just recover my actual camera and just see what's happened to it. I don't actually know what's happened to that, to be honest. Apparently it thinks I've unplugged it, but it was still plugged in, so I'm not actually sure what's happened to it. Just see if I can. Oh, there we are. That's come back, that's fine. I've no idea how I've managed to rip it like off the top of the screen either. Let me just rezoom that in. Right, let's try again without trying to break something. Usual chaos as booked. Thank you for the welcome back. When's the next JT sale for TS Classic? Oh, good question. There was a sale recently, wasn't there? We did have a sale not long ago, so the next one probably, I would say, on our website might be like around Black Friday, that period. I would have thought. Heading past all the quarries now. when we get down to Oxford, we'll have a little look around the coaches themselves. Take you for a little tour. It'll put us a little bit late, but not the end of the world. We've got Hardendale coming up on the left. Resident 47 in there doing some work as well. What that's up to. Nice lighting as we're coming over the tops. So we're just coming up to the summit now. The summit is somewhere just around on this curve. Now I've just gone past it actually. It's there. 916 feet above sea level at this point. Now this is where we drop back down. Hello Luke, good evening. So the 86/2 is a Loco that's not kitted for freight working or working in multi. The 864 works passenger and freight. It's a lot more of a freight Loco, but it can drop on passenger. So there's some various bits in the cab, like there's extra dials and stuff back in there. There's a few little bits here and there. I'm not sure if gearing's a bit different on it as well. There's differences on the nose as well, like different cable arrangements again, and the usual nameplates and stuff, and different pantographs and stuff as well. So it's another part of the variety puzzle. Now for the example, this Loco, you will never see this Loco working freight. Ah, no, it's all Luke. Good stuff. Yes, you can actually see the 86.4s and 87s do work together. And they do work together on freight as well. If you look around on old photographs, you can see examples of that. So it's quite interesting. Obviously, they can work for with themselves as well, so you can have two 864s. But yeah, they can work with other Locos as well. I'm not sure as well if on the 864 there's a difference in the bogey as well. I can't remember if that's what Alex mentioned. Yeah, I mentioned, yeah, motors were mentioned before, so yeah, then obviously the motors and that. Different gearing. So the new Preston crew route will have an 86 and Mark IIs. So it's not just that, there's Class 20s coming as well. There is the 47.3 as well coming with it. So the 47.3 is a brand new sub-variant that's not been seen before. We've got all the BR Blue era 20s as well, so those haven't been seen before. Various nose variations and ploughs and that. There was a picture of the 20s in the initial announcement. We've not shared the pictures of the 47 yet. You got coal traffic as well, so there's a coal wagon coming, which is the HAA. Pacers will be appearing on it, yeah. Definitely. And does it have an effect on this DLC? So, I think eventually down the line the plan will be to put the 86.4 onto this as well, where applicable. Just whenever we get time to do that, but I think that will come. Will an 86.4 work with a /2? Not really, because an 86.2 doesn't work in multi, so you wouldn't see them two work together. An 86.4 would work with an 87 though, so you can see them pairing together, or you could have two 86.4s. Yeah, it's a different subclass. It's not the same. It's not the same model. It's a different subclass. So there's differences in the models. How much work do you think it would take to convert this one to a modern route? There's track differences around like Kingmore and stuff. Preston's got different track in terms around the sidings at Ladywell and Union. Station colour schemes would be different. There could be new housing developments around the route which you'd have to take into account and other stuff like that. It takes some work, but there's no plans of us doing any of that kind of work at the moment. Whether we do in the future, I don't know, but not at the moment. I'm looking forward to doing the coal stuff. I really am. I can't wait to drive that 20. I love a 20. So yeah, just to trundle around in the midst of all the hustle and bustle, doing that's going to be. I think it's going to be great fun. I vaguely remember seeing 20s doing MGRs sort of in the later years, but not much. I did remember seeing a bit on the west coast. I'm not going to say anything on the timetable layering for the Pacer stuff, but what I will say is keep an eye out for the next roadmap, and you'll find everything out you need to know on that. Yeah, EPS as well, so yeah, the speeds are different, obviously, in the era. So that would need to be taken into account, because nowadays, obviously you can do 125. This route's max 110. We're dropping down to Oxenham now. Oxenham itself is only 5 miles away. We're dropping down to see like Kendall and stuff to the right shortly. So we've got the BSO, that's not one. Oh, we've got a mixture, so we've got some of the original Mk2ACs there as well. So this is one thing you get quite cool, you do actually get mixtures of different coaches as well, not just Mk2Fs. So you've got an original, like one of the older ones, and then you've got, that's a Mark II, that's a TSO. Another got the RMB buffet. There's the first class. And another break at the back. So you do get a bit of a mixture. Yeah, you'll see the DMUs a fair bit. Like you've got Leyland Station, so they'll run that way. You'll see stuff around like Warrington as well, because you've got all the different routes that chop and change and come around you. So Warrington itself is quite interesting because you've got the CLC line that goes over the top. You've got the Chat Moss that goes over the top as well. So you've got it's quite interesting. You should find a great variety, and it's the timetable will be very very busy. It'll be totally different from this. The whole a totally different feel of route as well. Whereas this obviously is a lot of countryside, hills, long sort of stop, like between stops. Whereas obviously Crewe's a lot more. Preston Crewe's a very built up area. Like you go through a lot of built up areas. Crewe's a very big place, yeah, very busy place. Got all the yards and stuff around there. There's so much going on. Just totally different feel of route. There's level crossings, yeah. There is some, not on the main line. There's level crossings on the run to the power station. There's like 3 or 4 level crossings. I think 3 of them are animated and one of them's fixed closed. Because it's a different kind of, it's like a metal gate which would be opened by the signaller at one of the boxes. Yeah, there'd be plenty of freight, Prof. Plenty of freight. I like level crossings, but I don't like making them work in TSW. They're very, very finicky. Trying to get them to play ball. When they're working, they're great. What I am looking forward to doing is like doing a drive all the way through. So you could do a drive from Crewe to Preston, do a change of route, and then continue on like this one to Carlisle. Bear Lane, yeah, that's one example of making them work. It works now. We wouldn't put a 66 in as an Easter egg. Mainly because if you add in that's another train added into the memory for not being used. Is pointless. It's just eating the memory. It was something to do with the timings, if I remember correctly. The timings weren't. It was the setup of what was linked to the track. It was we'd used a different track setup, like gizmo. We should have used the other one. There's two that you can use. One's timed, one's signal based or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly. And we used the opposite one, what we should have used, so it's just a case of swapping it over. Oh, Mark would love a 56. He likes 56s. But there's no plans at the moment. Oh, come on. My braking's appalling today. Just ignore that didn't happen. In the meantime, all I can say, we've got some exciting stuff coming in the mix. Can't say what, but we think it's exciting anyway. I did say I was going to have a quick look around the coaches, didn't I? Actually, yeah, no, I'll do it now. Let me, the parcel area. So you can obviously shut and open the cage.
Then I'm going back upstairs.
Alright. You can go to the guards panel, compartment, sorry, panel.
The next station stop is Lancaster.
It's a familiar voice. If you're playing on conduct mode, you can go and sit in there and play. This is in the seating area of the BSO. You can hear the aircon. I don't know, who is that? Who is that voice? Right, there's where you cop your final 87021. Took ages to get. That reminds me of like nothing like that, but Class 185s of all things. I was looking for one Class 185 for ages, and I managed to find it eventually at Manchester Piccadilly. I was chuffed when I got it, if that's even worthy. This isn't one of our coaches. This is one. It does come with the route itself, but it's an original D2G coach. That. So this is the TSO. Another TSO. Surely Buffy car. It's down here somewhere. It's a long stop, only because I am just showing around. We're meant to be driving, but I don't mind being late. All for the purpose of showing stuff off. So this is the old Buffy car. Is it an 87? It is. I think that was an 87. Yeah, it is. Mark III's. And I'll show you the first class. And these are the first class. They've got the partitions in them. No, sorry, these are first class. Bulky seats with a 2 and 1 seating arrangement. Sorry, there was some curly cheese sandwiches left or curly ham sandwiches in the actual in the fridge. Yes, so there was one left. There we go. It was 8703, was it? You got good eyes. The Mark IIs and the R&B have all got new audio as well, which is recorded for the pack. The spreadsheet is fantastic. It's a great thing to have. Right, onwards to Lancaster. 4 minutes to get there. That ain't happening. Get as much power as we can down. Neutral section coming up. Around here, so a new section. It's further around than I always think. I always think it's on this curve, but I think it's on the next one. It's here, I think. It's in the hut. Yeah. Full power downhill, let's go. Run it down a little bit. Otherwise there'll be a runaway train before we know it. Just approaching Hincaster's here, the goods shed's on the right there. Used to be a junction here. where you could take the line to the right, sort of in this tree line now, and you would have headed off in that direction. It would have gone through Sandside and then eventually to Arnside. Then you could go around the Cumbrian coast, like the Firmus Peninsula, and head like north to Barrow. One is it? I can't remember. I can't remember which one it was. Was it an 86.0 that was like 75 mile an hour or something like that as well? Oh, excellent. 37 action. I think that was down to like rough riding or something with the suspension. I definitely think it's gone well. It continues to do well. Again, it's doing like Tracing Classic stuff in house against doing TSW. TSW does a lot more, like in sales and stuff like that. It just sells a lot more. There's a bigger base of like users across PC, Steam, like Epic, PlayStation, Xbox. Just so many more customers, and there's so many more players. I think we moved at the right time, to be honest. It took us a while to find our feet and get ourselves up to where we are, but I think it's definitely been a positive move. There's definitely a lot more work involved in certain areas as well, but in like working with the editor, making routes in this is a lot more enjoyable, I think. It's just nicer to work with. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, if things continue to sell well, then it can only be a good thing. It secures the future for Just Trains, and it means that we can continue doing stuff like with the rolling stock packs, because these are new to us. So the 86 is our very first Loco solo, like Loco pack without a route. So it's a test of the water, really. We have to. It has to do well for it, like, for us to continue doing that sort of thing. It'll be interesting to see how well like each one's done. Like, so obviously this is out at the minute, the 86 is out, but obviously when the Pacer comes out, that's a modern pack, so it'd be interesting to see the difference in terms of sales, see what's more popular. There's a good balance between the PC and the console. There's a lot more players in TSW, I think, than in TS Classic these days. And I think a lot of the Tracing Classic players are moving over. I definitely do think there has definitely been a bigger shift since like 5. I think 5 was a turning point for a lot of players. That sort of got their attention more. The features were starting to, obviously, these newer features. I can see that happening again when 6 comes out, because obviously there's a lot of these, like, it's the faults and stuff that are coming into it, so like random behaviour and delays and stuff like that. It's a big game changer. And I think that will bring a lot of people over. Yeah, that's one of the big things. I mean, we as a whole we're all enthusiasts, and we do the things we want to do because we've got the interest in it, and then we'll put the research into it, we'll put the time into it, and we'll ensure that we can bring a comprehensive pack to give a good variety for the player. Variety is key at the end of the day. Rather than just seeing the same livery everywhere, having variety liveries and little changes like the nameplates and the pantographs and stuff like that, all the high intensity lights where some are on, some aren't. It just adds to the experience. It makes it more enjoyable. Because you never know what's going to pass you. Whereas if it was just one loco, one type, you're going to know it's the same thing passing all the time. But with obviously the differences on these locos, it could be any. It could literally be any. I'm looking forward to having a drive that myself. Definitely. I think as well with the older era stuff, it's been great to see that there's been such a following for it. Obviously, with our first pack, we weren't overly sure like how big of a following it would get, with it being not modern. But it's shown that it's proved popular, and people have an appetite for older era stuff, which is good. Whether it's like an older age generation or even like younger generation players, there's the interest in both sides, to be honest, which is nice to see. Just need a 143 now. Be nice, wouldn't it? You have to keep begging. Maybe one day, you never know. Yeah, that's quite a cool. It's a good way of actually describing it as a Swiss Army knife, because yeah, there's so many different places you can go to, and let's say there's loads of different locos and different variety of service. Yeah. Oh, I know you like your Pacers. Pacers, weirdly enough, are loved by many. Oh, I've been done by the news section. I have totally missed that. Too busy rambling. Yeah, same here, paddle box. There'll be plenty of exciting streams to come. I'm glad to hear you've enjoyed the Pacers. Obviously, more Pacer fun to come soon. It is a bug of this signal because it doesn't always change, and there could be something coming out of one of the platforms that you have to wait for. And obviously, because we're running a bit late now, we actually might have to wait for something. Those were the days. So much variety and character. Spent a few hours at crew last month. Boring. Couldn't wait for my 67 Mark 4s to take me home to South Wales with dinner on board. Yeah, the railways aren't what they were. IETs everywhere, or Zoomers, or whatever they are, and plastic railways. Back to the old era where there was proper locos. That's what it's all about. That's changed. That's stepped up. The one at Kirkham and Wesham and Blackpool North again, both. Because you're coming in quite right for Kirkham, you're coming in quite quick as well. You have to make sure you're on the ball with that one. Again with Blackpool, you're slowing down anyway, but you can be held for something coming out of the actual station. So I don't think there's really a market for us to do a Class 150/2 because there's so many of them already there. You've got one that came with West Cornwall, you've got the one that come with Cardiff, and there's obviously the one now for Riviera. So there's not really much point of us making one because it's oversaturated with 150s. Wouldn't be really worth our time to invest in it. Will we ever do a route via the curve at Farrington? Never say never. Never say never, Oliver. There's still plenty of options to go out with Preston yet. We'll be called just Preston. I think we already do get called just Preston in some places, but Preston has got many different route options, so never say never. I mean, anyone can be capable of making a Loco. My braking's been absolutely shocking tonight, hasn't it? I've overshot the brakes everywhere. I'll just enjoy coming into Lancaster at a very slow speed. Let's say never say never. We might do in the future. There's no plans at the present. Some nice low sun now. There's no immediate plans to do anything like that, but you can never say never. Our plan change can always change and shift. Obviously the one that's in the game is very old and dated. It was obviously done in a different era of TSW, and it was still getting off the ground, really. He's here, Tintin's here. Hello. How we doing? Down the canal. I haven't missed any stations, but I've absolutely murdered the brakes tonight. Like, I've undershot places and I had to like crawl into stations. My braking is awful. Not great tonight. We'll do our best to help. I didn't do a very good job. Boat. The only part of the canal on the route that you're still moving boats. If you can time it right. No, you're right, well, Oliver, not a problem. Keenan, good evening. How are we doing? See, I think they're going too slow. It feels like they take forever. Off to the best station now. Good old Preston. We've been down, London today. Excellent. Working, I presume. Or was it just a jolly? It was a leisurely trip. Fair enough. Is it okay if you do my East Coast Way route custom 377? Unfortunately not. It's these are just for JT stream content. footage. So we're just showing off our content on this channel. So tonight it's the Class 86 on our West Coast route. Yeah, we was talking about the Blackpool route earlier, how old it is. It's scary how old it is, how time flies. This will be nearing up a year. When was this out? Let's have a look. Steam. I forget when this came out. West Coast Mainline. 26th of November this came out, so not far off, only a couple of months off. No, you're alright, don't worry, Oliver. This is one place I do remember once being parked up here. There was a shop here, I think there's a Spa. And I always remember sat here in my nan's car, and I remember seeing Class 20 on MGRs going over the bridge here. Going that way. I think it was off to Scotland. Like Loco. Oh no, it's not, it's a container train. Freightliner. Just a short break. Yeah, we still need to get that sorted. It's something that Benedict wants to do. It's just when time allows. I think there'll be more scope to get that done once this upcoming route's done, because we'll have other stuff we can get in there as well. We'll be in a better position to do all that. It is something it's still on the radar. There's a few other bits that Benedict wants to do with Blackpool as well. In terms of like some fixes, I think to some signalling and that. Yeah, Garstang and Catterall coming up shortly. That was where the junction was for that end. And that's on the right hand side it comes in. I love watching trains on this bridge. My favourite view is this. It was only something I learnt, to be fair, myself whilst building the route more. I knew about it, but I learnt a lot more of it when we were doing the route. There's not really much trace of that line left either. Some of the railway cottages at level crossings are still there though. I've driven past a couple of them before. Must be following someone. I've got a few Blackpool books myself. When you build routes, do you find semaphores easier or more difficult than colour lights? In what respect? As in, like, placing them, or driving with them, or... Just here now is where the line was. You see the bridge portals. So signalling isn't actually something I have any dealings with, really. It's Mark that does all the signal placement. The only sort of side of things I have involvement with signals is placing the AWS magnets and speed signs and all that sort of stuff. So I can't really answer how complex they are to work with. I don't think I've got that book over, to be honest. Ones I've got like more semaphores, like the final semaphores on the Foul Coast book. I've got a couple of old ones, but they don't come this way up. We're definitely following something slow. What are we following? Oh well. Oh, we're following a freight. It's a 7F63. Yeah, we go. I think we're going to force all the way into Preston. Because we're running late, you see, so I think what he's done is let something else out in front of us at Carnforth. Or maybe it hasn't, we've just caught it up, but I don't know. It might have let it out of a loop, to be honest. That freight could have been sat in a loop, waiting for us, but because we're late, it's let it go. Could you bought some tornadoes of a Typhoon prototyping flying around the BAE? That'd be cool. The flight model wasn't really in the game though when we did Blackpool, which is a shame. Obviously these days there's routes with planes, isn't there? If that technology was there back when we were doing the route, we probably could have done something like that. There's a fair few routes with planes, isn't there? Since that technology come out. We're literally just playing catch up into Preston at this point. Running between singles and double yellows. Yeah, it is still there. You can see it from Fleetwood not end. But yeah, the station building is still there. Amazing, really. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a cafe and a chippy. I'm sure there's a chippy as well, though. You can still trace where the route went. I think the technology of the plane stuff on the Gatwick route was totally different to what we have in the game now. The way it's set up. It's quite cool being later because it's given us some quirky signalling. I don't think I've ever really had this much yellow signalling coming into Preston in this doing this direction. Normally it's plain sailing, so it's nice to have a bit of signal checking. We're not far now, like 5 miles out. Become quite busy at this end of the route on this drive. It's I'm not sure if it's Workington to Arpley. Where is it? I've lost it. There it is. Oh no, I don't hate it when that happens when you look in the map. 7F63 Carnforth. Oh, it's Carnforth to Warrington. It'll be Reka Seacow or something. It'll be like engineering's working. I reckon it's a Reka Seacows or HAs or something. It could either be turbots and sea cows or one or the other, or both mixed. On our new route, are there any layers for cargo line? Don't think so at the moment. I mean, you wouldn't see TAs or HOAs. There might be potential to see the MOD wagons, but I'm not sure if it's a drivable one. I think it's something that you'll see pass potentially. It would be class 7. It's 45 mile an hour. Yeah, that's why it's so slow. I think there's an MOD working that goes over the top at Warrington. Well, that's the plan anyway, because there was an MOD base yard near Warrington, and then there was a yard there that came out. No RHTC, not in 1986. You won't see any, there's no modern wagons. If it's modern, it won't happen. It's all 1980s stuff. No idea yet on rail tour action or what we have planned. I'm not sure. We'll cover that obviously near the time. Hopefully this thing will be out of our way shortly. Don't forget to head to our in development section on the website as well. You can find future updates that will pop up on there as well. And everything we've got TSW wise in our range is also available on our website. As I mentioned, along with Steam and on the console platforms. This pack you see tonight, it's $19.99. The route is $32.99. And we are just approaching Preston now. I'd love to see a GWR 57 sleeper pack. But Night Riviera. You'd probably be better off working from scratch. Really. By the time you've messed about converting and trying to change everything, it's probably just easier to work from scratch. Also, we actually we've got to wait. We're probably better off put some brakes in. We really have been put behind everything, haven't we? Where we are going, there's already a train in the platform, which is the freight. Ah, okay. We're just going to hold everyone up for a bit. Yeah, that's a shout. Is it moving yet, that, or is it still sat there? Still sat there. No, hopefully it's not going to be sat there for too long. Should we go and see what's pulling it? What it's actually pulling? That's just a repaint. Don't be getting excited. As I did mention at the beginning of the stream, I do have reskins of stock, so because my game isn't on public build, it's got mods and stuff, so do be aware. It was a regular turbot. It's 47. I've never seen a 47 sat in that bay. It's the first time I've seen that. There's all sorts going on here. There's a 40 sat over there. Doing something. There must have been a change of locos occurring here. What's going over there? Yeah, look, there's all sorts going on here. There's wagons, all sorts been dropped off. Coaches that have been strewed about. There's a lot of loco changeovers happening by the looks of it. Although, I'm wondering what will happen is, hopefully this 47 will go. That's booked to go that way. What I'm thinking is going to be our train will come in. That 40 is probably going to take over what we've been driving. I think because we're a little bit late, we've probably messed things around here a bit. Hopefully this will shift out of the way. Some point. Some rats would be nice. Doesn't say what time, like, stuff's meant to go though. That's the problem when it's Fred. I don't know what time it's due off. I won't cover collectibles at the minute. That'll come later on down the line in future updates from us. Could be the Demu going first, yeah. Yeah, that could happen because it might cross itself right over to the slows. There's a pace just arrived there as well. What time is this due off? 42. That's due off in a minute. So let's just check the point work for this. So that's going to go... Oh, there's another train just left over there, look. So that could be why. Could be that first going. I say we're well out of sync here, we're well late. That's because I've been sat around running around trains and coaching and showing everything. It's interesting to watch everything. See what happens. And the points haven't changed yet. The only other thing is we'd have to wait for this 101 to go, which will be in a minute. Nothing's off path or anything, so it's just been a bit late. We'll give it a bit more time, see what happens. Hopefully I haven't broke it. I feel like that should have gone. I do think we've caused a bit of a breakage here. I wonder if I take out the freight, if I remove that, it might give us... Get started. Yeah, I see, it's giving us a road. I think it's because we're running so late. Oh, well, it gets into the station. It always plays well to not be late. Not easy to not be late when you're showing stuff out. Don't mind me, just casually breaking everything. It literally ran out of places to run stuff. If we'd have been on time through Carnforth, we wouldn't have had this issue. You never know. You never know. It's just such a complex place, Preston, with all the run rounds and stuff and all the Loco changeovers. You've got to be on point, really. You've got to always be on time. If you do find that you have that issue, though, you can always remove a train. So it's like we did. Just delete it on the map. You can't do it on Xbox if you're so far. Oh, can you not? I didn't know that. There we go, we got there eventually. Right. That's as far as we'll be taking it this evening. This will probably shunt off where it needs to be and it'll do its thing. So I am going to come back to the menu. Thank you to everyone that's watched this evening. Again, if you do want to pick that up, you can purchase off our website direct, or Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, or Epic. Again, don't forget to keep your eye on any of our in-devs and stuff on the in-development page. Drop a support ticket, Oliver, if there's anything we can look at. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching, and if you stuck it out to the end, appreciate that. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Again, it'll be Blackpool branches next time, so do come along maybe and watch us on that. And then after that, 2 weeks after, will be the Metropolitan Line for Tradesman Classic. On that note, thank you very much. I'm going to disappear, and again, I will see you again very soon, guys. All the best, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.